Hello there, I'm Cole Edmondson, the Brick Replicas guy, and today I want to show you how easy it is to get all the parts you'll need to build one of my LEGO models. We'll be using the Mark II frag grenade as our example. In this case with the grenade, we've got a PDF of the actual step-by-step building instructions. We've got an explainer PDF that kind of goes over some of the same stuff that we talked about in this video. And then we have a rich text file, or RTF file right here, and that's going to be the XML code that is the coded parts list. There are basically two different versions of the parts list I'm giving you. Two really simple ways to gather the parts you'll need. You've got the graphics parts list in the PDF I'm about to show you, and you've got the coded parts list that comes in the text file over here. So starting with the PDF, let's look at option number 1. This is the PDF you will receive for the grenade, a few examples of the step-by-step building instructions, and then let's go all the way down to the very end, the actual parts list. So this is what I would call the graphic parts list. You've got a picture of each part you need, you've got a little quantity number, this is how many of it you'll need, and then you've got a couple numbers designating the design ID for the particular piece. Then the Bricklink color ID for that particular color. So most of these in the grenade are dark bluish gray. We got a few other colors in there. That's the graphics parts list. So this entire page is really useful if, say, you would have most of the parts already sitting in front of you and you just want to double check and make sure that you have all of them. That's option number 1. So if you have most or all the parts, I would recommend the graphic parts list. Then let's go back to the files, the other files I've sent you. You've also got this coded parts list. So I would recommend the coded parts list if you have very few or none of the parts currently and you need to do some more shopping. So you open up this RTF file in any basic text editor. It could be Notepad, it can be whatever opens raw text like this RTF file. And you see a mess of this code. And please don't be intimidated by the word code or this monotonous wall of capitalized text. It is really just the computer's simple way of describing all the wonderful LEGO parts in the grenade model. All you have to really worry about, and I won't even use the word worry, all you have to do in order to deal with this chunk of text is just select all of it. You can drag that, or you can just use Control+A or Command+A for me on the Mac. Just select all of it, right click, copy, or use the Control+C shortcut. Once you got all that copied, just go over to bricklink.com, one of the best places online to buy LEGO bricks. I am already signed into my Bricklink account, and if you don't have one yet, you will need to set up an account in order to use this really cool feature I'm about to show you with wanted lists, as they're called on Bricklink. So I'm signed in here at my Bricklink. I'm going to navigate over to the Want tab, and in the drop-down menu, hit Upload. You'll see a couple of different options here in terms of how you upload to the wanted list. Let's go ahead and hit Upload Bricklink XML format. And this mostly empty box, remember all that messy code we just copied? Well, go ahead and paste that here. So all that shows up in this box, and then let's make sure we name the wanted list, the new wanted list we're going to create. Let's call it Grenade. And then let's verify those items by hitting the Proceed button down to the right. Let the website chew on that for a minute. Bricklink is taking all that messy code and turning it into these graphic LEGO parts. And so we scroll down the list, that all looks about right. You're going to see all the quantity numbers, and this is the step where if you do have a few of the parts already and you don't want to buy any more of them, you can go in and just by clicking you can adjust each of those separately, take them off the list if you don't want to buy them again. It's very open-ended, it's very versatile. Once you have the list to exactly what you want to buy, then you hit add to wanted list. You'll get a confirmation screen, and let's just hit view grenade to look at the finalized parts list, the coded parts list for the Mark II grenade. So we got 38 unique types of pieces here. It's about 111 total for this particular model, and it's tracking how many you want. And if you were already buying some of these, it would also, I believe, track how many you have accumulated already in existing orders. So great. So you have a parts list, you have this coded parts list, but you still don't have any of the actual parts. You haven't bought any of them yet. This 0% here is glaring at us. Let me show you my favorite part of this whole Bricklink coded parts list upload process. Let's go back up to wanted list real quick, and let's hit just the wanted list overview button. This is our custom named parts list, right? Easy buy is our friend. We hit the easy buy button. It's going to search for the best combination of reseller stores on the website, and it came up with these three. Based off my being in the United States, it knows I'm here in the States because of my website profile. It has found the best combination, the most inexpensive and convenient combination of stores that have all the parts that I need. 3 stores for about $25.25 US dollar, plus shipping and handling to each of those stores, which isn't too bad. Legos are nice and light, and very thankful that they're not any heavier with shipping. You can press the create carts button, and what this website is going to do is, it's really smart. It's able to create a compiled shopping list, shopping cart for each of those 3 stores. Hit view carts, and voila, all 3 of those stores now have a personalized shopping cart auto-populated just for you, just for this model that you're trying to build. And you can go to each of those stores, and those are the particular parts in that particular store created forever that you'll want to buy from, and you just go hit proceed to checkout, and you'll just go and you'll order the shopping cart from each of those stores. I'm going to go back to all 3 of the stores. As you check out at each one of them, they will disappear from these carts up here, and once you've ordered from all 3 of them and they've shipped, they will just arrive at your door, and you'll be able to make the grenade all by yourself with all the parts you've now got. It's just the neatest thing, and it's so simple. So going back to the files I've given you, and just as a recap, we've got 2 different ways to gather the needed parts for the grenade. You've got the graphic parts list, which was that picture page at the back of the step-by-step building instructions PDF. Then you've got the coded parts list, which was all of this text. You simply copied and pasted from the text file into bricklink.com to create these shopping carts. I would recommend the graphic parts list for those of you who may already have most, if not all, of the parts you need, and I would recommend the coded parts list, copying all of that into Bricklink if you don't have very many or any of the parts that you need. And that is it, my friends. That is going to get you all the parts that you need, and you're going to be able to build your very own copy of whichever model you bought building instructions for. And that's how the process works, essentially. Any questions? Feel free to leave a comment or send me a message. Let me know how I can clarify stuff. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy my building instructions.